We're now joined by Amber Cernuto, the head coach for the Southmoreland Scotties girls basketball team, a 17-3 record heading into postseason play in the 4A bracket. First off, Amber, congratulations. Another great season for a program that has a pretty high standard. What did you see in terms of your team's performance this year?
Thank you very much. We're excited about having another great season. The girls have really worked hard. They were really focused and determined to get that next section title. They set high goals for the season, and I'm pleased with their performance so far and hope it continues.
Certainly a few years ago when the team made it to the WPIAL championship, that sort of set a standard, and the last couple of teams I think have upheld that. Is that something, the high expectations that these girls have embraced?
Absolutely. We have 4 girls on the squad right now who was in that WPIAL semifinal team, and they were kind of disappointed last year when they didn't make it back. So they wanted to, go after it again this year, and they want to keep the tradition alive. They want to keep this high standard for the younger kids, and the younger girls have also, stepped up and want to embrace that tradition as well.
Talk about some of your key contributors, your leaders on this team. Obviously, any team, it starts with the seniors, Gracie Spadero, Delaney Morvosh, chief amongst them.
Gracie's been a huge leader this year, defensively, offensively. She, when we need a good bucket, she can put the ball in the hoop. Delaney Morvosh has come through huge this season. Her length and defense has picked up tremendously this year, and she can shoot from pretty much everywhere. She likes to take the ball to the hoop. And another senior, Elle Polakowski, has stepped up. A lot of teams doubted her ability this season and didn't guard her a whole lot, and she stepped up in big games and knocked down some big shots so that they had to play defense on her.
Who are some of the other players, maybe underclassmen, who've really stepped up and improved as the season has gone along?
We have junior Olivia Cernuto, who's our point guard, and she controls the tempo of the game offensively and defensively. We also have Maddie Moore, who's a key rebounder for us, big underneath. And we have Kaylee Doppelhauer, a sophomore, coming off the bench, and Reagan Carson, another junior that comes off the bench has brought us some defensive minutes this season.
When you go back and you look at that loss at Belle Vernon, it was maybe a little surprising at the time. Obviously, the Leopards are a good team, but you were able to, I think, improve after that, and you had a long winning streak that resulted subsequent to that. What did you learn about your team? What did maybe the players learn after that setback that allowed them to get better?
We were kind of disappointed with that loss. We didn't expect it. We didn't play well as a team that game. Our shots weren't falling. We didn't play well defensively. And the girls took it to heart, and they, was determined to finish out the season successfully. They wanted to revenge that win later in the season. They wanted to, have a great season from there on out. Didn't take anybody lightly. They tried to take it to the other teams that we played that season.
Talking to Amber Cernuto, head coach for the Scotties girls basketball team. Let's focus on the 4A bracket. You get the number 2 seed and a first-round bye. What was your anticipation going in, and then your reaction when you saw the seeding?
I was hopeful that we would get the number 2 or number 3 seed. Wasn't sure how the committee was going to vote on us. We picked up our non-section season this year to try to help us prepare for the off-season and other opponents in our regular section, because it's a tough section. So we were really pleased with the number 2 seed. Looking forward to playing our first game next Friday, trying to get prepared for that, to make some changes and get ourselves better prepared.
I guess the drawback is that's a pretty long layoff before you get into action, and sometimes that could be a detriment. How do you make sure that your team's ready to go from the opening tip?
It is a nice long break. We did need a little bit of a rest. Some light injuries that we had, but nothing, season-ending or that players couldn't play. But it's nice to get them a little break. It's nice to do a little extra team bonding to get ourselves ready for the playoffs, because the whole entire team needs to be involved for us to be successful. So we're looking to get into some scrimmages with some other opponents, some other teams in the playoffs, and then get at it hard in our own gym.
Lastly, again, we talked about it's a pretty high bar now at Southmoreland after the recent success. What will be considered a success this year in the postseason for your team?
We want to take it one game at a time. If we can get back to the semifinals, that would be great. And if we can get a WPIAL championship, that would just be the icing on the cake this year.
Amber, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on winning the section, and good luck heading into the playoffs.
Thank you very much.